Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Sleepio, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my predictions for the next Death Battle. So the next Death Battle is going to be between none other than Blade from Marvel versus Buffy Summers from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So these are two combatants that I think make the most amount of sense to be actually be fighting against each other, which I think is kind of interesting in general. So the two of them are both vampire hunters. They've also fought non-vampires as well. So the fact that they've both dealt with supernatural just in general. So we're going to talk about Blade first. So Blade, his powers include having the physical traits of being a vampire. So basically, he has the superhuman senses. So the ability to see in total darkness, has great smelling, great superhuman hearing. He possesses superhuman strength. He has the ability to lift up at least up to 1 ton. He is capable of moving at speeds faster than the most peak level human abilities. He also has superhuman agility. He's able to move, jump, climb, flip, and run at incredibly fast speeds, without difficulty or even exhaustion. He has superhuman stamina. He has superhuman durability. He can tank blasts from Lithium herself, which is a massive demon. He has regenerative abilities. He can heal from severe slashes and punctures within a matter of minutes to hours, depending on the severity of the wound. Um, is containment transferal. Apparently, he can take any kind of ingestible or even metaphysical ailments coursing in the system of another living being, or willing to introduce them into his system and pass it along using the same process that vampires use to infect people, aka bite them. Healing, he has the ability to heal people because of this. He has advanced longevity. However, he's immune to all of the vampire vulnerabilities. He's unaffected by exposure to direct sunlight, um, where obviously most vampires incinerate instantaneously when they are exposed to sunlight. He's also not allergic to silver in any way. Uh, as a result, silver blades and bullets are capable of killing vampires. Um, if not killed, merely injured. They could be killed just from that alone. He has appearance alterations, so he can change his forms. He has the ability to create wings, or like bat wings on him, to make him fly and everything else. He can also turn himself into a mist form, where he can put himself inside vampires and blow them up. And he's also capable of forcing like possessions out of him. So, like, if a demon's trying to possess him, he can literally force them out. He has some abilities with magic, although it is not his strong suit in any way, shape, or form. His abilities are he's a master martial artist, he's an expert marksman, expert swordsman, he's proficient in almost all weapons, he's an occult knowledge, he has an understanding of just magic and supernatural ability, things in general. He's intimidating, multilingual, expert in driving vehicles, motorcycles, and other things of that nature. One of his biggest weaknesses has to do with the fact of him needing to drink blood. He's not. He's unfortunately needs to give himself some nourishment, especially if he's in heated combat. Um, he's vulnerable to red sunlight. While not affected by normal yellow sunlight and immune to all the weaknesses of traditional vampires, Blade has been shown to be vulnerable to red sunlight, which is able to burn his skin. Longer exposure to the red sunlight obviously can cause more problems. His big things is his swords, his Justicario, a powerful sword forged by the blood that Blade used to defeat Zarathos. And he obviously has a motorcycle. So one of the big things there for Blade. So let's talk about Buffy Summers right now. So Buffy, her abilities are going to sound very similar. Okay, she has Slayer abilities, which are superhuman strength. She's able to go against old vampire masters with a little effort and match the strength of older and more powerful demons who are more dangerous than vampires. She has superhuman agility. She has superhuman resilience. Sorry. She's extremely durable, being able to survive injuries most humans and even some demons would not have survived. She has superhuman senses. She has heightened senses to be able to know kind of what's going on. Um, and she can even differentiate individuals from one another. She has a regenerative healing factor due to her abilities. She heals much quicker than humans, shrugging off major injuries within a few hours, healing from mortal wounds within a few days. She has adaptive intelligence. The more she's fighting, the more she's going to learn how to take her opponent out. Intuitive combat instincts. So apparently, even if she's white, having her memory wiped, her body still kind of knows how to fight and defend itself without a problem. She has precognition dreaming. She's gifted with the visions of the powers that be, giving forewarning of a disaster when necessary. And she has mystical projection. As a slayer, Buffy possesses a degree of resistance. Oh, sorry, magical protection. I apologize. Resistant to magic in general. Her abilities are gifted intelligence slash master strategist and technician. Although she's portrayed as kind of being ditzy and everything else, she does know how to handle a situation specifically when she's in it. She has great leadership skills. She's a master teacher, and she's a master at hand-to-hand combat and martial arts in general. And she has a weapon mastery. As a slayer, she possesses an instinctual proficiency in many weapons, specifically medieval weapons, and with the experience Buffy has worked to become a master of many of them, being an especially skilled swordswoman and an axe fighter. She's an indomitable will as well. So overall, she is not afraid of many things. So it comes down to who's going to win the death battle. So this is where it gets tough because I feel like the two of them. I feel like Blade might be physically stronger than her. I think. I'm gonna hold off and just say we're gonna say he's stronger for now. He definitely has the experience that she doesn't have, but at the same time, it's instinctual in her. Because if you think about all the Slayers in general, right, they kind of all kind of talk to her in ways to kind of get her through the next steps. So she has the experience of all of those. So she has probably more experience than Blade because of that. So I'm going to give her the experience token, right? Then it comes down to weapons. I mean, she's fought people with guns before and survived. So it's not all that crazy with him using bullets to kind of stop her. Um, Comes to weapons and everything else, I mean, both can heal rather quickly, both very durable. I think what's going to happen is she's going to open herself up to some attacks because she's going to take him lightly just because she thinks of him as only a vampire. But I think that alone is not going to be enough to take her out easily. I think if they give her natural like weaponry, like her axe, and her, and they give her the swords as well. I feel like we're gonna be getting um, Buffy winning this death battle because of the experience overall. I think is going to be the key factor there because I think they're just equal enough in strength, equal enough in regenerative abilities, equal enough in durability, equal enough in all of like the physical attributes. It comes then down to none other than their training, right? And although you can argue, well, she's just a teenager, she doesn't have enough training. It's the fact that she is able to and has been able to like basically speak to the other slayers inside of her to a certain degree, obviously, not to the greatest degree, to kind of get the full power of the Slayer and everything else. And I think because of that, um, I feel like with all that, right, it's going to go down to that. But at the same time, it's going to come down to Blade's power weapon, which was able to take out the Spirit of Vengeance, which is a powerful weapon. I still think because she even take out the spirit of the Slayer, but that that won't change much because she's technically disconnected from it now because she's like not. It's a weird concept, but spoilers. She like dies a few times, and because of that, a new Slayer comes to be. So she's no longer the Slayer, even though she is. It's a weird thing that they do discuss a lot in the show. But because of that, I'm just gonna go with. I'm sticking with Buffy the Vampire Slayer being the winner of this death battle from experience alone. But I do think it's going to be a very close battle. And I think it's going to come down to weapons slash experience. And that's going to be the key factor of this. And it's not going to be their physical attributes. That's just my thought right now. But let me know who you think is going to win this death battle in the comments down below, um, and why. And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, it's going to be Beastly Eels signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.